It's showtime. Lights, camera, vibe, action. You are live on Vilakeka TV and we are bringing the heat. Welcome to Mijedo Corner, your weekly dose of breaking news, sizzling entertainment, unforgettable interviews. Hang out with our award-winning host and DJs as we dish out the latest scoop on celebrities, trends, and everything in between. Get ready for a raw, unfiltered experience like no other. Mijedo Corner Live, where the vibe is always right and the conversation is always lit. Vilakeka TV, your happiness, our legacy.
Hello and welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to yet another edition of Mijedo Corner Live, where we get to give you guys raw and unfiltered conversation. My name is Felicitas Nya-Uyu. We are Senior Stress Terminator 1. And a big shout out to everyone out there watching us. Please do not forget to share the broadcast, invite your friends and family, tag them, because tonight's gonna be a different night. I'll be right back after this short break. Because the way I will break you, share this broadcast, invite and trainer. Don't change the dial. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Tonight is a special night. Guest minutes by public demand. A lot of things have been going on social media, and now the Naguria. If you want to see Babanga Mijedo Yai, tonight, this is none other than the amazing Benny. And Nonymous from Abanova Anasinta. So but anyways, welcome on Mijedo Corner Live. This is the second time.
Yes.
Welcome.
Thank you.
How are you doing?
Bad, actually. Not good at all.
But you look amazing.
Thank you so much. I think my mama's jeans.
Oh yeah? Okay. I think before we go into what is going on social media, I'm so curious. Why is it that why the change from Kujoga Nonymous and now Benny? What's going on?
Okay, first of all, I wanted a fresh start for myself. I've tried my very best to disassociate myself from that name after when I came out with my case. Right? So I was like, you know what, I think this is the time that I look after blessings. So blessings, Benny is just blessings in French.
Okay.
Yeah.
What is the name then?
Blessings.
Oh, and the blessings. So
Yeah.
Benny and the blessings, but in French.
In French.
Okay, so
Yeah.
right now you're trading as Benny. Even
Yes.
like that's your stage name.
Yeah.
Okay. But social media
Yeah, I understand that actually.
the first time tunaona ma pictures goody muli kujibadala mwademeka and stuff like that. Can you please balance us? What's going on? Take us from the start.
I should take you from the start. That's
Yes.
going to be, I don't know where the start should be.
I think the start yambire pona zo goody munabanga mukabanga post na videos muri mujikondi. You and Mr. Romantic mubanga posti mukugira business emoji. Next minute you're in the hospital mubanga post goody munamenyana. Oh, okay, unamenyedwa. What really happened?
Okay, I think first things first, I'm going to understand there are two questions in your questions of the business part, the love part, and the Romanian part. So I think if it's okay, I'm going to be addressing one little thing by one little thing.
That's okay.
Because of the way it was portrayed on social media. So I'm going to start with the business part. The business part, the social media or the public I can't refute, I can't do anything like that. he funded my business, number one. The business was his, number two. And number three, I think I think those were the two that if I can recall properly, according to business.
Before going into business, how did you meet this man?
Oh, I met him at a show.
Okay.
That I was hosting.
Okay.
Yeah.
When was that?
Should be somewhere in March. I don't know. I think June, July. It was Joker's show. I've forgotten the dates.
Okay.
Mixed up.
So was it love at first sight, or conversation, friendship, and then later on taking things to another level?
For the people that actually know me, not know me online, anything, I'm a very friendly person.
Right.
You know, I'm an extrovert. I'm an ambivert, but I'm an extrovert when I'm actually in different spaces. So I'm always playful. I'm always, that tapper girl. So that's how we actually started. We actually started chilling because of the event, and then we later went out also. Like I made Mavanga host there at the show. My Jasmine at the show, Joke Hills, me, some of his friends and stuff like that, and people that were actually there. We went out.
Okay.
So it was like the beginning of everything I can say, the show and going out, because I'm a very much outgoing person.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Mwagumana mwamba kujeza jibwezi jambiga business yan. What's the genesis of your business? You being business partners, how did you like touch base? Good, okay, let's do this.
Okay, so I'm gonna clarify that, and I'm glad that I'm having this space to clarify that.
All right.
Okay, so I started doing my business in 2023. Thankfully, thanking God at this point, I managed to register a business in 2023. So at that time, I was working. I had an office job. I'm not going to mention the position that I had. I had an office job, and I was working from home and from the office some other times. So I was doing beaded jewelry designs, the masoga zovala, masoga mabangos, that type of thing, until I got a shop in Chinsapo. That was somewhere around in 2024. I got a shop in Chinsapo that I expanded the business into doing nails, doing makeup, doing hair, whilst having that promoting modern African aesthetic type of thing, because that's my shop name was Kamwambe, promoting modern African aesthetics.
Okay.
So I then expanded it. So since Nyumba, I expanded business from 2023, 2024, I found a shop in Chinsapo. I later expanded it again to Chigwiri. But before I did that, like you're saying, definitely a girl was in love, and me having actually a background in marketing and every single thing like that, and also understanding I'm not gonna lie. I love money, and I also want to be with a person who actually understands drama and yorani. 100,000 this morning can drama, you can't spend on a day, or you can't spend on a few hours or on a few things, that type of thing.
Right.
So me having that understanding, I was like, you know what, you business in his life, number one, only had the knowledge of my guitars, which is something good. I'm in the music industry. I really appreciated his talent. I really loved what he was able to do with his talent and every single thing like that. But I understood there is not much revenue in the sector, so he needed to be getting more money. So this is what happened. I started a business for him.
Okay.
Yeah. So the initial thing, I was in my guitar cases.
Right.
Because me, I'm into promoting modern African aesthetics, so which means most of my designs are mapanga in already sitting. Right. Kuna with him, I'm a Jimmy Kuberanga gulitse my customer like in dance, I so many my instruments and every single thing like that. And me having a background in marketing, I needed to make sure because now I was treating him like a client in terms of this space. I needed him to do something that's gonna make him comfortable. Right? Because you cannot have a client in Dubanga, they're not going to be able to sustain it for the longest of time. If anything can happen. Because you're never always with your clients. Most of the times I do freelancing, most of the time something like that. So I started doing kusoga my guitar cases at jam. I started doing my guitar necklaces. Because I know audience second year my guitar, audience second year and how I joined you. Since the men do it's easy to do that. So talking about the cases, we're talking about the guitar necklaces. So I also had I was like, you know what, you need to be a brand if you want to sell more. I know that you're doing freelancing, anything like that. Come on now, respect are in the office. You need to have a physical address.
Okay.
Business wise, it's a very a good idea to have a physical address. Now that comes in him shop kwanga and the first job that I had. And on top of that,
okay, so kushobugo amabweza uzaika magira kesio dima necklace na ameka umini bobo.
Oh, it was actually me who amena magoda magita case necklaces.
Okay.
It was me amena masoka ni masoka.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, so it was me amena so amasoka.
So zinenga umuza kuti so bano office yako izikhala iyi.
Hey. Because me, I'm doing. You can easily sell these things. Okay, so office yako izikhala iyi. So you need to be a brand. So if you want to go, people should take you seriously. Or you can be coming to the shop. You can set up here. Because it's easy like that. I think for the people that does business, they understand the importance of having a physical address.
Right.
All right. So that was the thing. And I also did my business cards. I did a logo. Every single thing that a brand should have in terms of visibility and all that. I think people who knows actually know that type of thing. So now that's when I was in Chinsapo. I've moved from 2023 from my house. I've moved the business from my house because I was working from home at the time.
Okay.
And then I've gotten another shop, and then all of these things have started happening in Chinsapo. In that shop, and I've expanded. I cannot say we because now I'm only taking what I have introduced him to, what I've made him do. We are in a relationship.
Right.
I definitely can't say you shouldn't be coming here, and those type of my boundaries are and you never, because right now I'm like, I should have done it right up. Right, I should have done it because right now at this point I'm like, you know what, that was a very, very, very bad business idea or venture. Even though I knew this person, even though this person was my man, I should have at least something in writing, of which luckily enough, even though I didn't have those things in writing, I have those things in videos and the people that actually I was working with for him.
Okay.
All right. I should give it. So for me, it was more like gifting a partner.
Right.
Right. You do this. This is for me. This is not enough. All right. So also have this. So okay. And then I have come up with what with that. So we have moved to the shop. Since now, we started
growing together, growing and building together.
Exactly. I was Bob the Builder.
Wow.
Exactly. Okay. I was Bob the Builder.
Okay.
Of which, personally, at that point of time, I was in love and I had no issues.
And it's okay.
It's okay. I had no issues doing that because I've always believed I'm supposed to be supportive.
Right.
All right. To a partner that I have at that point of time. So quite it was okay. It wasn't any issue. I was like, no, I'm ever gonna come here. Because even when I never said anything. I kept quiet.
Right.
I kept quiet. Because now at this point of time, it became something that was embarrassing. People were like, hey, we don't believe you did all that. You did this. Because there was already a narration out there. That's actually what I was going out there. He started my business, funded my business, and not good mind in whatever was going on.
Okay.
But I never came out here to say anything because first of all, it's embarrassing. Who the person that you trusted and you believed in was this work in all right? Just to actually come up with a business plan, business strategy, and every single thing like that, I get paid for. And I've done this thing for free, and it has worked out, and this person is actually with me, is my man, and he has done something that is very, very much embarrassing. All right? Embarrassing, and he's pushing it out there. So it was actually really much embarrassing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Mwagumana muli mchikondi mugusulana kai binori olenyo muwasula bamboa.
Right now I'm confident to say that muwasula bamboa.
Okay. At what point did this whole beatings and all that start? And this, so what really happened? Tiambie kuri muna siwamba mene muna kangana mpaka na kumenyana. Tinajirika ndijana.
I am not going to elaborate further on the other two.
Okay.
times that I was beaten. Because first of all, it was something that is embarrassing. That's why I never brought out to the public. Number one,
Right.
I never put it out on my status. That's why I said nobody. When this crash out that has happened, I didn't even want to delete it because I wanted you guys to see nobody apart from me. Because that was true. Looking sexy, looking fine, trying to actually get my body back, my positivity, and every single thing like that. And it looked like nobody, every single thing is fine. I am okay, all right? Because that's what most of the times us people that are on social media or social media influencers, people that just have numbers or anything, we do. We never show the ugly side of things. So I am glad that thing happened. I crashed out like that and I kept it out there like that. Even though it shows me, I'm emotionally unstable, but every single person that passes through something, that is still passing through something, is unstable. The only difference is we don't come to the public. Okay? We keep it. We bury it inside deep. For people to be like, she is strong enough, she is brave,
Right.
she's taking things like a champion. When I am not taking nothing like a champion, I'm actually every single day in my bed crying for my losses, crying for the decisions that I made that now I believe were mistakes, trying to console myself for the things that has happened. I should learn a lesson from it, trying to ensure I should get back on my feet when this thing is killing me. And then I think my subconscious couldn't just take that anymore because I think I've been quiet for the longest of time. Because when this thing happened, I didn't say not much. I think I've been posting here and there, here and there, here and there when I've been provoked, out of which I was provoked again. But now that I'm reacting to that provocation, even though I came many times to the public, guys, you know what? I need your help. Nitandi's in, right? I've come a lot of times asking for help. So now I am glad that you saw that I crashed out. Because I crashed out, not because that's the first time that thing happening, that crash out happening. I was just good at hiding it. But I should seem strong. All right? So it's kind of like nobody, whew.
Okay.
I'm trying to keep myself together.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. You are watching Mijedo Kona Live, raw and unfiltered conversation. Tonight, my guest is Benny. She's a musician as well as an entrepreneur. Kandi zambiza kazi ya social media ndipo lero danodi yai. Twaidane abwere pano timve kuchokera kwa iwo. Okay, moving on.
Thank you.
I think I'll take you back kufuso limena bangazo kuti antumenda bwino bwino makonda na bwino bwino. At what point did this violence start?
I can say that it was at this point of time that I realized that he did something behind my back, and I was so broken, so broken. I remember I drank heavily by something that he did. I'm not going to mention that because I don't want to actually put that innocent other person in the story right now,
Right?
Because she's a mother right now. Right?
Okay.
So I don't want to put her in the story. I don't want to know her child should one day, because there's digital footprint. I'm not denying that fact.
Right.
That's why I was like, I'm okay with leaving it out there because I need you to understand human emotions. It's okay for a person to be frustrated, angry, or whatever not. So it was at that time that nobody did something. I didn't like it. It was very traumatic to me, and I drank so heavily that I lied to my parents.
Okay.
I went to my parents and I started crying so bad. I started crying so hard. It's amazing I got 25.
Okay.
I had to be dropped off to my parents' place because of what happened. Right? I cried so bad, but then I left my phone with him. I went to him again. That type of thing.
Okay.
And that was never brought online.
Did he cheat?
That was never brought online.
Okay.
And another incident happened as well. But I had this other friend. I'm gonna call him a good friend.
Okay.
I'm gonna call him a good friend of mine. That whenever something has happened and he has bruised me, I was taking pictures in the man to me.
Okay.
All right. So he was like, no, at this point of time, is blessings. You know what? I think nobody should report this matter. All right. This is but boy, nobody knew. Like I said, we just show the happy side of things. Nobody, we don't want to you to be seeing our problems, because most of the times I think I'm on being an influencer, I'm influencing somebody. It should just be about the positive things in life, the positive side in life.
Right.
But we know there's a lot of things that people go through that are not positive. They need to understand, somebody who is known, who seems like their life is their life is together, anything like that, has also passed through the same thing. And most of the times we don't share that, because we don't want to share the burden of people calling us names, because we have that pool of the people who every single time they can put their opinion on a post. You post something, they can be like, and even those comments, they hurt more than the situation. That's why people don't come online saying, I'm passing through these things, I'm doing this thing, this thing is happening to me, or anything like that. That's why people don't come online. People don't come online because they are afraid. Now I've shared my situation. They are expecting positive feedback. They're expecting positive reinforcements. They're expecting other people are going to help them out. But the majority, most of the times, most of the people, when they see somebody who is in the public eye, who is in the spotlight, something bad has happened to them, their first reaction is not to say, sorry, you're going through this thing. They say, it's so fun. All right?
Why is it that you kept running back to him? I thought
it was an accident.
Accident back on a 2-3
exactly
times?
People that have actually ever been in love, and at this point I'm gonna say people that have actually been beaten in relationships, or even as my number one, they take the beating all the time and then they still go back, because it happens sometimes. Your sense of judgment is impaired when you are in love, when you're dating somebody, and it's not the first time. All right, it's not a new topic. It has actually worldwide. Things like this actually happen, and when things like this happen, because they happen, and because they think it's okay for things like this to happen, and when they happen, this person so that's also the reason why I'm no exception. I have a heart. I love when I have to, and I'm not apologetic to that. And I was solely in love with this man, like purely in love, not for his money.
Oh, so he has money.
He doesn't have money. That's why I'm saying not for his money.
Right.
But then when he came out to the public, he made everybody and everything and everyone and look like he is the one that has the money. Why? There is a saying in society, right? And people were easily believed that narrative, because they don't see women as people that can actually hold positions, that can actually have money, that can actually do business and every single thing like that. That's why every single person was easily ruled out business. I didn't even say anything when I was quiet.
Marusa zituzi zodi muli kujibadala antakumenyani and all that. Pamene bajabu chinachitika ndi chani? Faina amana zokuti unambisa ndeudiweyo unaphwanya gitara ya mamuna onja. Ndi anthu amana zoti naisa napanga react because unaphwanya gitara ndipo gitara inayodula.
Do you know the funny thing about that narration? He actually changed it 3 times. The narration of the guitar. Number 1, he came to the public and said naphwanya gitara ndifaka ndimenya. Number 2, he said ku polisi akuti anango khala basi pampando ine nango bwera kuphonya gitara iye adayamba kulira. Olira adali yeye osati ineyo. Right? Number 3, he came online and said he bought that guitar 7 million. And it was actually a PR campaign, my social media, even my socials, guitar 7 million, guitar 7 million. When he bought that guitar from Poka Jala 600,000.
Okay.
All right. So from the beginning, he has been lying about the situation, about the story. And from the beginning, I've tried to be a reasonable person, to be a reasonable being. Because ndine muntu wankulu, number one. Mwina kuzaka, ndine muntu wang'ono. Komana to some areas, I am smart and dumb at the same time. Because this situation, muntu, ukandona the way I'm reacting right now, kapena, if now mukambisano nkani mutu nokuri ndamarani naye mamuna mini. That's my dumb side. That's my stupidity. I accept it. All right. So this person changed the narrative of the story a number of times, and he never came out publicly and said the reason why. And can you say ina bigger for your brother wage? All right.
Okay.
Brother wage has found himself in trouble with the law. Ndafola mwago nsiga akujibiri. All right. Watengedwa ndi one of the workers that I had. Agumufuna Nya-Uyu, the brother. Right? Kunoguri they should prosecute him or anything like that. Ni walandidwa phone. Kamose kageni manena walandidwa ndi afola mu. All right? Now, being a person unaguri, I am dating this person. Definitely, if I have a way, if I have anyone unaguri I can help out in this case, I'm what? I'm going to. So now this brother wakangana ndantu afola inende kupanga business kuja, and I understand because I'm a business person. I understand mine dizikhalira pamalo kapena pamudzi ndi anthu siningalimbane ndafola mfuna chine yochira ndi chitikakozo ni nyanyala afola mundu amene makhachitetezana mukakhala pansika kuyambana ndafola be assured that your business is what is done, because if somebody steals from you wayambana ndafola watu kwana anything happens to you, they're not going to extend the same courtesy. Why should actually protect somebody who doesn't want to be protected, who doesn't respect them? Right? That thing can't happen. So now, Nya-Uyu, I've pleaded for his case. Phone kageko kamina manena uri na I think kuna linkani kuna uri na phwanya phone iPhone 12. Na phwanya iPhone 12 not good in phone nanga nimina phwanyidwa. Me, I didn't have fancy phone. I had an A9 Plus. Right? Yeah, at that point of time, and I didn't say he was using my phone to communicate with his friends, band members, and even artists. Anaiga WhatsApp wake mfoni mwanga. Why mfoni mwanga could actually have 2 WhatsApps. And then with the narrative, when I was cheating. That's why, of course, there was also that narrative at the same time. I was cheating on him. That's why this thing happened. That could have never been possible because he had access to my phone. He had my phone. He could check every single space. Because me, when I'm in that, I don't fuck up. All right? I don't do no bullshit. I'm loyal like that. In my head, the reason why I was okay with him doing that and staying with him, because me, I was a busy person. I would usually most of the times travel. Anything like that. So it was that type of thing. So now, on that fateful night, we was home. I mean, not home. We was kushop. All right. Now, I am trying to soothe over because I think mina abangira khoswe khosa kakuluma phazi akuluma chidende namorani amauzilira right akakuluma amauzilira sumadzonolani unalumidwa iyayi. So me at this point of time I'm trying to make sure this brother of his doesn't get in trouble because I don't lose my shop, I don't lose the protection for Antafola. All right. So now I go there. It was I remember the time could likely because we would close the shop more because it had every single thing in the we know every single thing like that. And then it was mine. It was different with a different setting because, like I said, I was into modern African aesthetics, and even the background of my shop was Zitengizo Kazoka. All right. So now I've gone outside. Soothe this because business wise it's bad for my business. If I'm in trouble with Danhavolam, number one, business wise it's bad. So I am trying because the shop yaba na in the junction kupita kuseri. So there was the brother, him, and a worker there as well. I remember I think I might have stayed. If I stayed longer, I stayed longer than 5 minutes. And I came back in the shop. The first question was, where were you? All right? And I was like, I was outside. I was doing the kind of brother. What was it? All right? At this point of time, I didn't think I needed his permission to try and protect my business from any harm that Inga Bweli. All right? So I was like, all right, I was outside. I was doing kind of, brother. Where did you get the right? So now it's just 5 to 10 minutes. I don't know if in his head, I was cheating on him. Right? I don't know, but I went out 5 to 10 minutes to actually answer this issue. So I come back inside. Where are you? Yeah? I'm like, bro, I've told you I was here doing these things because I don't want it to affect the business. So people are misiga. They know this. They know this. No, you can't do that. It's bad for your business. Anything can happen to your business. You won't get protection from them. Because all right? So now tayamba ukangana natenga bag yanga. I remember correctly, it was a handbag green. I still have it. I love that bag. I still have it. Bag green ndikurenga ndrama mujani mudrawer. It was 15,000. I still even remember the amount of money. It was 15,000. He pulls me like this. All right? Then I tell the brother, guys, me, I'm gonna stay here. Because why? I am trying to, in the first hand, avoid scandal. Also, this is gonna be scandalous again. I'm trying to know I should avoid this thing. So I told the people, luckily enough, the shop was see-through. Right? On the windows, it was see-through, close my curtains. So now you don't want people to be coming in. You don't want people to actually be coming in this type of embarrassing moment and you're trying to contain it. Then this nigga breaks my phone. Now that makes me angry. Why would you break my phone? Something that you didn't buy, something that I've stayed with 3 years. I was very careful with it. Yeah? I've stayed with it 3 years, and now in your head, if you think I was cheating, I was trying to make a case for your own brother, not mine. Why would you do that? Right? So my idea was, when he started beating me, my idea was because in my head I was thinking of an animal. If an animal yangokhala basi sikupanga chinchina chili chose olewe muntu usuma ibirizo kuchitani kuchimenya. If a dog is just quiet, he's not barking, he's not doing anything, you can't fight it. Right? So that's the position that I was, and until I ripped his t-shirt. Whenever akundimenya ine ndakhala chonchi iye ali pamwamba panga akundimenya pati
amakumenya ni makofi kapena
that was makofi ndizibhakira.
Okay.
All right? Ndakhala chonchi. Now alonda banja sees the commotion. All right? Kuripo kubachitika zako zakuti
so maguwa at that point. So maguwa
ndi maguwa kumene.
Okay.
But I've closed the door in ndazika basi langa I was trying to avoid the embarrassment. Yeah. Now the embarrassment is now what? Continuing. Was easier. And I was like, okay, let me have another tactic. Let me just be down here. Right. Yeah. I should be safe. At least nobody can beat a defenseless person. That was in my head. I was like, I was thinking on my feet. I was quick. All right. Nobody can beat a defenseless person. Then now the beating is continuing. And I don't know. Then now we go outside because now zachitika kangaronora alonda jakugogoda vanga bank kwambiri pachinoitiko paje anthu amudze nambo zaonerera nchani ndakwanitse kutuluka panja. This nigga follows me outside, starts beating me outside. Complex enali chonchi. The shop here apa uko kuli mashop ena ukuso kuli manyani mashop ena. Choka apa ndikubwera this side anambo kundikunthiraso kuti panja ano tsopano. Then now panja apo chimene chinavuta kwambiri kuti chimene natsitsa mari tanchani ndi jiji of course. Koma now chimene chinapanga continue the continued beating outside was kuti now I said this business is in my name. Right? I don't want you anymore here. Because kwayamba zinachitika ku shop konkuno kachiwiri zinachitika ku shop konkuno we were still okay. All right? Zimachitika we still come back, but it was embarrassing even, but I would still try to keep to keep face because zimachitika ku shop konko. This was the third time kuchitika shop konko. Zimachitika wa nyumba.
Kunyumba simnamenya nevo.
No. Zimachitika ku shop konko. So now I started telling him, this is my business. This is my shop. I no longer want you in my fucking business. In my shop. I can't take it. This shop is mine. I have papers to prove this shop is mine. Nigga, you fucking going. That's what I was said. And I was very bored with my decision. You're fucking what? You fucking going. And he started accusing me, I'm cheating. Now the cheating accusation didn't start him saying it. Started up. Then around break apart. We went back inside the shop. Now the entire say the guitar is intact, but the beating is happening. Right? Because like I said, he was working in the shop. In the shop.
Right.
Now the guitar is intact, but the beating is is happening. The crying is still happening. And now even around and I'm going to keep face even for for me. Kabina for us. I don't think it's new. But this alone I was still trying to keep face. Another was so yani mkati moja. I was like, it's fine. I don't still outside. I locked the door again. That was my third mistake. Because in my head, as I know what no. Exactly.
Okay.
All right? Exactly. So now, in my head, I'm like, no, that's going to be my almost death experience.
Right.
Because this person now, until he used his beloved 7 million, as he said in the news, to hit me with. And I have a lot of scars here, and I even had a cut in the head. That's why I had to cut off all my hair because they had to sew up my skull. All right? And then akuti, because now Queen I was seeing na dziwe. Queen I was seeing na dziwe. And now I'm gonna be saying this only good ndinamvana ko muthamaya ndibiso chipatala because ndibiso chipatala ndiye.
Okay, magirana mwamenyana kabena okay muralowa munambo kugambirana and then
kugangana, that's not kugambirana.
Munambo kangana.
That's not kugambirana.
Magangana benkhani yomwe ya business.
Yeah, kumaso I think indinkani zinaphatikizana.
Okay, then I kumenyera mundu anatsegula chitseko ndani ja shop.
Amena atseko itsewa shop ndi sindikuziwa. Chifuna kuti me I have no idea. Akuti when that thing happened, I fell down. I fainted. I just managed to murder my mom's number. I don't know if it's true I managed to murder my mom's number because he had my mother's number, so I have no idea. All right? I have no idea. So into my knowledge, that was the last time I was conscious when I went into the shop for the third time. Because I was unconscious when I was sent to the hospital. And
okay. And I kusika omwe.
Wanjinga wina wake ndi muntu ori amabena nyimbo bena pake.
Okay.
Yeah.
Who took those pictures?
That guy amene biso chipatala.
Okay.
Yeah.
Mwapita kuchipatala, you're young. And last time by interview munani nazoti mulindi magulu ano say that if I'm not mistaken the pastors, I don't know both of them or something like that. How did your family react?
My mom fainted. When she was caught, they had to call my brother to come. My dad was in Zambia. He was preaching. I didn't want I should affect his ministry. Because your child is that thing has happened to your child, and then I tell him he's not in the country. He's outside the country. I can't call him and say that means after I was awake. Me, I love my parents. I wanted to actually spare them the pain. I can't say that. Oh, really? He was coming to my space.
Okay, perfect. Moving on.
So this is what happened. When I was at the hospital, he came with my brother.
Okay.
I don't know how that happened. My brother definitely was not there. In his head, he wasn't told, and the blessings of it. But whatever not, he came with my brother, and he came with him because I'm a Ziwana.
Okay.
All right. So he came, and then that day, I remember when I was discharged, I went to the shop again, and I went back home, and then this person, I'm not going to mention. the name because he's a friend of mine and I respect him.
Okay.
We don't have any bad blood.
Okay.
And I knew. So now this time around, Peter, I'm like, guys, right? This person now, Wapita Sugamamo. I called.
How about Chibwezi kupitirira be?
Ja?
Chibwezi kupitirira?
He said he wanted to talk.
Wow.
I'm telling you.
Wait, the wow is for you now.
It's for me, yes. I understand that. I understand that.
You want to talk you when you're saying he wanted to talk. What is it that you're expecting to hear from?
I don't know, to be honest. Okay. I don't know.
All right, moving on.
I don't know if my head was fine or if my head was not fine. I've just listened then.
Okay.
My head is affected. I don't know if it was fine or not because I'm not a medical practitioner. I can say nobody. This is a state of my head. But the only thing that I remember from the doctor when he's discharging me was like, no, you are still. What's your name? Blessings. You are still young for you to be in a relationship like this. Cut ties off with him. Leave that man. Sigurina and right? That's what he told me. I said, no, my brother. I don't know if he knew or not.
Okay.
But me, I fainted. I didn't have the chance to call my brother or anything like that. I'm just hearing my brother. So, and I don't have a phone, Paja, at the same time.
Okay.
Yeah.
Who was your guardian?
Who was my guardian? He was my brother.
Okay.
Yeah.
Where was your mom at this point?
No, he was hospitalized. He was with my grandfather.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Maduruga kena akamugudikira zokuti unamugambirane apita kwa mama tiambe kuti apita kwa mama ndazi zake.
And me, I don't know if it was just like a traumatic response to the situation. I ran. I was like, hey guys, if this brother doesn't come here this time when he's not sober, I cannot stay in this space because at this point nobody can say no you am going to show because I'm a nobody can say anything. Nobody can say anything because I'm a mona. Nobody can say anything. Nobody can refute. I ran from that house.
Trauma.
And I locked the house.
Okay.
I locked the house. Now that's when I remember he had a gig with Nani with Praise Umali. Because he came saying, I'm trying to get 2 to 3 of my things. So they went on he had to go with Praise Umali on a gig. I think we were still quarreling, right? And he was still threatening me. I think I still have those messages. Right? I was recording because at that point of time,
okay.
For communication purposes.
Right.
And now this person is still making threats to me. Another thing. After he has done that, I don't know if it was a way for him to soothe me or calm the situation, or for me not to say anything or anything like that. He offered. He was like, I'm going to pay for your shop. I'm going to pay for your house. All right? And then you and me are done. I was like, that's what I told you. All right? Could you and me are what? Are done. And this person, I think, because he knew that he doesn't have any hold on me like that, and he knew no good because I'm not accepting his help or anything like that. So no, I'm no longer going to pay for something like this anymore. I'm not going to pay for anything with yours. I'm not going to pay for anything that belongs to you. I was like, it's fine. In a scene, I didn't ask for anything. I didn't ask for any money from you. You offered, and you didn't want to go through with your offer. In a scene, anything like that. So at this point of time, he thought nobody has done this to me. He has crippled me financially. Because in his head, he thought he knew because he had access to my Airtel Money account, to my Mpamba account. He could take money however he can.
Wow.
All right. So in his head, because I don't have a bank account. The only money that he had access to was to my Airtel Money and my TNM Mpamba account.
What do you mean my plan rooms are eh?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think so.
Okay. Because wow.
I think so. Because me personally, I was just like, I don't have any reason to not commit. I don't have any reason to not cheat. I don't have to be doing some things when I'm with this person. I should also be seeing another person at the same time. I wasn't comfortable with that at the same time at that point of time. So now this person thinks he has crippled me financially. Another thing, anaimbira mayanga. Right? We should talk about these things. So now, having the respect for my mother, I was willing and I was allowing kunegura diyankwana for muntu muntu yani ndo wankulu. Muna chipo bimene mayanga funa rani abange inodo something like this should be settled because she's my mother. All right? So every single time, you should come home. I'm like, yeah, I'm coming home. Every single time you guys are talking, this person is threatening me. I'm not feeling safe. All right? I'm not feeling safe. I don't know. Oh, and another thing I forgot. He broke into the house. I was told by the landlord of the previous house that I was staying in.
Okay. Right? How sure are you it was him who broke?
How sure am I? The landlord told me.
Okay.
The landlord told me. So now this person thinks I don't know. So in this point of time, he thinks nobody has crippled me in any space financially or anything like that. He's dragging this thing. I'm like, I'm just talking to you because I have the respect for my mother. And I remember because my uncle wanted to come through. I was like, uncle, I want they have a better way of solving this thing. All right? I don't want him in my life right now. No. I don't think this is where I want to live my life. First of all, now my shop is affected because of not of my things or my anything like that, because of issue your brother wake ndakuntidwa isiza chitika, he has gone drinking. It was kind of like a lot at the same time. So now he's trying to dangle the money that he thinks I don't have, because now I'm gonna go to the hospital bill had to be paid. All right, so he thinks at this point of time I don't have any money at all. I can say anything in the phone. Mama number I Google sending always a number. Number one, I don't have any access to I can access my Facebook account or my TikTok account or anything like that, because at this point of time I don't have anything, and in his head he has financially crippled me that I can't do anything. He has gone. All right, and I remember calling one of his friends. Do you think it's going to be right for me to come publicly and say this person has violated me in this sense, in this way? Not to his house, because he was staying right? Not that house that he was staying in. All right, so I even called them. Do you think this thing is okay? Because me, I want to get done with this thing. So every single time, I was like, let me meet up with my mom. Because in the muntu wankulu sinengaka need it. Kuna ni original. Ndiamve akuna kuti awa apanga ayankwana afuna they should sort these things with the uncles and stuff like that. Nothing is happening. So I was like, I'm tired of running from one place to another. But at this point of time, kuimba kujenda chokako ndakakhala kwa 3 ndakagona kuloa jinaka 47 ndakagona kuloa jinaka kwa 18 because I don't want him to find me. He's threatening me. And so no, he was gonna beat my ass up again.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So now I'm like, move from my spaces angabo. I don't think I can manage this shit again. That's the reason why I posted online, because Nabanga posted in Indika. Nobody posted. 18 because at that point of time I was grade 18. 90s Kansanga, not Kansanga, my customer. Now I'm send the phone yako. Ndibangela ku Facebook. At this point of time, I am scared. All right? And I think the only help that I can have right now is when I should post these things online for me to actually get the help and the opinion for what? From people. When the court of the public is going to have mercy on me, I should have my freedom back. Because from the beginning, I've always wanted my freedom back. I shouldn't be in threats, I shouldn't be threatened, and all these things is happening. They're breaking into the house, they're going to shop. Now the little brother the little brother you can no longer tolerate them. Police. Right? That's what I instructed in my my shop. I instructed him that, and then these people will still keep on coming. So I'm like, at this point of time, this is not seeming healthy for me right now. I don't feel safe for me right now. Let me post on public. That's what I said, and I didn't say much. I just said, nobody, for somebody that I thought loved me to do this to me, I'm appalled. Right? I just made that statement. And somebody called, I remember somebody, the reporter had to call me, is this a joke? Is this a stunt? I'm like, whoever jokes about being beaten almost to death and fainting. All right, I posted that, and when I posted that, I remember the next day in Chibara, anapita kushobugo. Sinanga now there is no order that I'm aware and Zago when I'm aware kushobugo. Anapita kushobo nduga jambula chitwis to the broken guitar. Ndugambo chibanga segregate.
Who is
Nizaka wa jinwa yeyo wa Owen.
Okay.
Ndugambo chibanga segregate the broken guitar. My group was jazzman. So before I came out, that picture was what? Was already there. They have already doing, I can say, not crisis management at this point of time, because I had to find out from other people. No, this is not the first time. Monhonaguri is a jazzman. I've actually had 2 women coming to me. Onaguri, one that was married to a jazzman, one that was dating a jazzman who has been beaten before, and then Aguti in the jazzman industry they do cover-ups. So that's why it was an op for them. That's why before I even came out, the guitar was already there. That's why it was easy for people for them to say Nuguri guitar and they're 7 million. But then the good thing was when he was buying that guitar, I had knowledge. I was aware. Anagula that guitar 600,000 ikwaja kwa poka jala. So now ngani I haven't posted yet. I am still in the hospital bed. Magira mbaka segregate. To discredit me, if I'm ever gonna come out. Nobody people are gonna be saying hi wapanya gira wapanya chinjo kwira nchiro ya mutu. Alright? Because they had to even to go to the extent of saying hi gira anachoka nayo kubaraka.
Gira yo inapwanyika bwanji. Ifuse imune kwa meo. Unaigwada kupwanyitsa kabene anakutenga kumenyera ifa balinkani zwiri ena mari anagumenya ndi guitar ena mari iwe unapanya guitar
anandimenyera guitar komana popo kali na police yeyo nkani because do you know who this person tried to get me arrested?
Okay,
tried to get me arrested, and then he said ndinadzigwetsa bansi, not because of cheating or anything like that, because of any of these things that were actually going on. He went to the police and said ndadzigwetsa bansi. Ndadzigwetsa bansi muno ngadzigwetsa bansi ndikudzingamba mutu ndukani ma bruises here and here kugugwa basi all. How hard can a floor be? Kabena banali jani pa the floor kuzigwetsa basi, you should have those who mpaka noko moge. All right, he went ahead and said that, and he claimed I broke his guitar. He claimed I broke his guitar. I don't know what police it's not going to go in his favor. He came with his uncle. He said all right, and I was like mvana ndi ndani, because at this point of time so the first one bruised me like this, to be honest. I'm like, no, I'm not going to do this. I'm not going to do this with you. He has tried left, right, and center. Left, right, and center. And every single time I would receive a threat, I was calling somebody. I'm not gonna say who I was calling. Ndibange Bwanji, Ndibange Jan. And I was even advised not to post anything on social media. Alright? Even to borrow a phone. Because at that point of time, I still don't have a phone. I had to have a phone, I think a week later or 2 weeks later. I had to buy a phone. 2 weeks later, at least I should be seeing what's happening online. What people are telling me. In 2 weeks of my absence, I've cheated, ndapwanya gitara, business ndi yake, amandisunga for limangodziwa kumanga. And I couldn't even refute it. Why? I don't have a phone. And they had a field day. At which point misrepresenting the information of I remember there was a person we should let them be alone. When me, I have no idea that thing is happening. So every single time he was trying to squander the story for people not to actually know what's going on, what's happening. All right, and I moved from that house. I moved from the house that I was staying, and I paid for this house that I was staying another month. And he never came to get his things that were there. All right, I was practically begging for him to go get his things. Now, since you're broken into my house, I have moved. I'm no longer feeling safe, and with all this that has been happening, I am no longer feeling safe. Run my business, and I could not, because they still found the second house that I was staying at. Found it, and still making threats to shop. I couldn't even open the shop. I said a month for opening a shop on a daily basis. Alright, could at least argue because I'm a shop on a daily basis. The shop is not open. The next month I'm trying to open it. The good I got pays I got pays and they would alone down. I got pays and then and think only be so bad. And then in I've been like this. Do you think I would want to go back to that shop when I don't know this person has tried to get me arrested? Me, the person he has victimized, he has tried to get me arrested. Number one, and he has threatened me, not threatening me, just told me a simple, a simple. I don't know if I can call it a threat. It's not the first time Nick Jagwera should take him off something, right? So even if I go anywhere, this thing is not going to go anywhere. And I still believed in the police. I still was going to the police over and over again. And since March, guys, I've been trying to know this thing. I should actually get help. From one space to another, from one space to another, one space to another. And then people were like, so he can't do anything. He was doing something to me. I was always being traumatized, who's being threatened. And he was the one who was violating a restraining order over and over again.
Talking about Nick, you've been going live mentioning his name. Why are you dragging an innocent person in this? Because
I do not know if he's innocent or not. And I cannot know whether he's innocent because I have no idea. The only thing that I know, he told me he works for Nick Jagwera, and Nick Jagwera has ever gotten him off on something. Alright? So I do not know if he was using Nick Jagwera as a bargaining chip or not, but I took the threat seriously. It's been March. I've been strict trying to know I should be okay. I want my freedom back because it has been traumatizing me. Alright? I've been very emotional. I'm an outgoing person. I would go out to try to have some fun. Alright? If I drink, I'll break down in the bathroom. And I think there's been a number of times where women have found me in the bathroom. Alright? There have been times that I've gone out and then I cannot be okay in Ndugulira. Every single time spurring, because now I'm moving from one space to another. I'm being threatened. This person is violating a restraining order, and I am thinking, what? Not who the fuck was I dating, but what the fuck was I dating? Because at least somebody should respect the law. And there was a time, in case he made an inspector to call the detective area 3. So understand the chain of command, but I believe in the detective, the inspector, one detective. I think so. In my head. But then if he managed to get somebody from another station, and when he was being summoned to police, he never went there. He was saying, no, I'm never going to go there. But when he tried to get me arrested, right, I went there as a good citizen, understanding the fact I went there. But he has never in his life, not even once, showed up. Just every single police person, bluntly, I can never go there. So do you think now I would be like, this person is an innocent person in this case? I can never think that, because in my head I am saying the point president at that point of time I'm president. That's not bomb. Right? Do you think when a person, you don't have any resources, this injustice has happened to you, this thing is happening over and over again, restraining order is being violated, you're moving from one space to another, you're being threatened, and then this case is not being taken up like that? And the police, do you think this person doesn't have any backing? His accusation was baseless.
But that people can always mention names Kungunama, they're just claiming and all
I had no idea, because I for fact know he works for Nick Jagwera. Kuri has worked for Nick Jagwera. I for fact know that. So I mention because I don't know their relation. Couldn't you done? Cabinet goes to which extent? I cannot say I was not supposed to say that. I understand. I'm mentioning a person's name right now. It's dangerous because a lot of people have been telling me, hey, Blessings, what you're Nonymous. Hey, you're not supposed to be mentioning his name. You can get yourself in trouble. You can get yourself killed. That's what people have been telling me in my DM. But I was like, you know what? That's what he has used all of this time to threaten me, to live my life in fear. And I have been, until my subconscious couldn't take it anymore, until I had to show you guys, nobody, I am not okay. And this is the reason why I haven't been okay. I have lost a lot of money in moving fees. You stay alone. You understand? From Kuru, you go from one space to another. Every single time there's money involved. All right? Getting a new house, getting to pay rent or anything, like different rentals, different rules, and every single. I have had to suffer. My freedom should be restricted, even with this thing. I remember when that thing happened, I had to run. All right? You have this wound, and then this person is looking for you. Stay here, and nobody's gonna find you here. All right? And then I had to voice out. This has been me in fear. You don't know how I sleep at night, because mostly I don't. Okay? I don't. I've lost my money. I've lost my business. I no longer have that. Sitting up where I don't know the case in the game drama. But this is the point that I'm at right now. And I was triggered when I did that live. I was triggered. That's why I did it. Now I am going broke. I no longer have the money to be running or going from one space to another. And a good question, you say, oh, why can't this person just go to Makolo?
Yeah, I was about to ask you, why don't you just go back to your parents?
Go back to your parents. Mm-hmm. Now my mother is also scared, is also afraid of the same fact, he works for Nick Jagwira. And of the same fact, yes, he is a mother. I mean, she is a mother, but no help has been brought to her daughter. No justice has been brought to her daughter. And my parents couldn't see me for 2 months because I was scared. I couldn't move. Only wouldn't even tell me, Cindy Mabida, my guy. And it's one nigga is into some film, yes. Cindy Mabida. I couldn't even do that. My parents are scared. They don't have much. They don't have enough. If anything could happen, they could defend themselves from a powerful man. And right now, I am saying this because right now I have given up. I've come to the public a number of times. I need help. Help me. But I've given up. That's why I was confident to mention his name. Because right now, at this point, I'm like, you know what? Anything can happen to me. I could get killed. Nobody's going to say anything. Nobody is going to say, I was okay or not. They'll probably say I was suicidal. Right? So if I am going to die, do you want me to drag my parents in it? Do you want them to suffer the pain that they're already suffering right now? Because right now, this is insanity. This is not okay. Nobody wants that for their child, and I don't want that for myself. I never intended that for myself. Okay? But I have to be strong. I have to, because I have a glimpse of hope. Maybe tomorrow something is going to happen. Maybe tomorrow somebody is going to help me out. Maybe tomorrow somebody is going to help me out. And I wasn't saying anything. I was advised on I shouldn't do any interviews. I never did an interview until I down a video where he has information from a credible source. That was very intricate, all right, intimate to me and the person. Why are you bringing out baseless stories? Right? When you hadn't heard my part, guys, I brought the issue up, yes. But did you ever see me do any interview? No. Did you ever see me come online? No. I had to do that. They had to provoke that reaction from me. And I cannot say I am strong, because I am not strong, and I don't want to be strong. Because being strong is hard, and being strong is lonely. Being depressed is hard. Being anxious, is tomorrow going to be okay? Am I going to come back from this? Is something bad going to happen to me? Is there anything? It's not okay. You never want to live like that. You never want your child to live like that. And I was coming online saying, I'm battering depression right now. I was true. I was honest. I did not hide it. Because I understand the fact that people go through the same situation. They don't come online because life is supposed to be lavish. But my life right now is not lavish. And I'm trying to be okay. All right. I cannot properly communicate with people. I cannot, have a boyfriend right now or a relationship. I'm so much traumatized that commitment can never be in my dictionary right now. All right. The way of living my life, the way I see things has changed. And do you know what hurts the most? People think, guys, I am not doing that. And let me tell you something about me. Okay, I started staying alone a while back. I only have an MSCE to my name. I tried to do school. I was doing accounting. Fees in Avuda. I dropped out of school. When I dropped out of school, I started working odd jobs. I was doing carpentry not because nobody. It's fun. I'm a lady. I don't want to be masculine. Right? I was painting houses not because it's fun. No, but I need to survive. And I was coming online promoting it. Oh, I paint houses, I do carpentry. Not because I wanted to. No, it wasn't fun. I had to be masculine to protect myself. And I had to ensure when I find something that's going to be softer for me as a girl. All right? I started doing digital marketing, on of which most people know, but I've been the background of which in the music industry. Right? I've been a creative director. I've actually done digital marketing. I've worked with Henley Caesar. I've worked with Waxeke. I've worked with a number of people. Okay? And I've managed to climb the corporate ladder. And I did that with only having an MSCE. Do you know, finding jobs in Malawi is hard, even for a graduate. Do you know what I had to pass through as a young woman who doesn't even have a proper paper that just has the aspiration, the inspiration to be better? The number of the sleepless nights I had to study on the things that I have to be there for my clients, to be good at what I do, to find myself a softer space, a softer spot for my life. It was hard. It was hard. And do you know how hard I had to do that with my dignity intact? It was super hard, and I have suffered. Now, this shop was my sanctuary. I made something for myself. I was able to provide for myself. Aside from freelance work, I was able to put food on my table, to clothe myself. There used to be a time I could even sleep at Centenary. But would I come out and tell you, I don't have clothes? I don't have the money to buy new clothes. Just to buy myself even loan. Would I come out and say that? No. I am crying because my source of income has been compromised. And I was just a little girl who tried to do every single thing in her power, in her strength, to follow the right paths and channels, to make a living. I was a carpenter, for Christ's sake. But would you know that? That's why I kept my business separate, my blessings men were Nonymous separate. And most of people didn't know what I do for a living. They didn't know it. But have I managed to lose clients? Yes. I do crisis management, risk assessment. I can't even evade my own crisis. Do you think anybody's going to hire me to be their social media manager or marketer again? At this point, no. Because I can't stomach it. So no, I'm not crying because I've lost a boy or anything like that. I am crying because I have lost my source of income, every single thing that I worked hard for. I am crying for that 19-year-old little girl that did every single thing in her power when she was out of school to ensure that she has a standing in the community to live life. Because whether I like it or not, for me just to live life, I need to have something. And then I can't go about begging, even if I wanted to. I can't go about begging. So I am crying that I have lost what I wear. I was so confident. I even stopped taking clients. I have freelance. My shop is doing good. I started it in my house. Nabanga expanding. Nabanga shop. Nabanga say expand. And for you to lose all of that. Now I'm looking at the girl who used to paint houses. Good blessings, you actually integrated yourself in the corporate world. It made life easier for you. Umakala in the office. You weren't doing that hard work. You suma koma zintwai. I'm crying for that little girl. That's why I said, please help me. Why? My son needs it. That little girl needs it. I was planning on going to school. I can't even concentrate on school, and I applied.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we'll be right back after this short break. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Such an emotional moment I was about to break down. My name is Felicitas Nya-Uyu, and tonight my guest is Benny. I'm in Antambima Mzozi na Nonymous. And this month, ni month mine antuma kandi tungubanga fighting against gender-based violence. And a lot of people akawone na kudai Nonymous abwere Benny. Amene banobanga trade by the name Benny. Ladies and gentlemen, do not forget to share the broadcast, invite your friends and family, and let's hear this story together, raw and unfiltered. Coming back to your blessings, do you think antawutandiza many women bezora wutandizira? You went live because we saw you went live on TikTok, and people have been talking about your story. Have you gotten the help?
No. At this point, I can't say nobody I've gotten the help. I've actually got a lot of diminishing messages from men and women in regard to the situation. So for my piece, because I understood that I crashed out, I couldn't take it any longer. I wasn't okay, and I wasn't emotionally stable or sane at that point of time. So I haven't actually been communicating with a lot of people, right, to be honest, because this has happened before. And when it happened, it was the women again who was doing my life without even actually trying to get to understand every single thing that happened or try to reach out to me, what's going on or anything like that. It was the same very women that I was pleading to. Because as a woman, this thing has happened. And even though right? Me, I wanted because me, I didn't want to be in the relationship. Me, I wanted to be out. I didn't want to be me, I didn't want to. That's why in March, in April, I was still fighting for these things, and it's been months, and up to now, it's like this. I've never even contacted him. Never before. Come on, what people say? What do people say? And I think I forgot. He told me and him we're still together. I love him. We never broke up or anything like that. I can like that. I don't know. Particular. He said, I never went to Jenny. I never went to the police. I never did anything because every single time he was trying to discredit me. This one I am going insane, I am going crazy because I want him or because I love him. No, I want my freedom back. I don't want to be threatened.
People think you are bitter and you're still in love and you're not getting the attention. Are you bitter? I
am not bitter. I want to be helped. I want my freedom back. I don't want to be threatened. I want him to be accountable of his situations. Because if I were bitter, I would have contacted him. Even once. You can have an ex, but you still talk. You still there for them, but this is not it for me. And this is the narrative that has been going out there. This is the narrative that they have been pushing. So Muntu is just angry for nobody side relationship. I have nothing. He can't give me anything at all that I want. Because in the first place, it was my hard work, my money. I actually reported because I wanted, you, the public, should help me out. That's why I posted it by myself. Do you think it was easy me and understanding I made a stand in the work say hey and then I should come out like this again? Do you think it was easy for me? Without anything positive or tangible? Do you think I'm that senseless? Do you think I don't have saints like that? I have saints like that. But in this case, I'm insane, guys. Why? I want my freedom. I want what was taken away from me. Because whether you like it or not, when a person is depressed, when a person is anxious, when a person is stressed, they're not okay in the head. They can't make the right decisions. My head is my capital. All right? If I am to work with people, I need to use my head, but I can't even think properly. I can't even think properly. Me, I'm a social media marketing manager. All right? For me to do something in 30 days, I need to think it in 2 days. In between that, I need to understand there are going to be some risks in there. I have to assess those risks. I have to manage those crises. I have to do search engine optimization. I have to do a lot. 30 days in what? In 2 days, 2 to 3 days, for my client to be satisfied. All right?
You had mentioned Kudi anaenda access yonkandi mayawo. Iwe be access yonkandi magulu age. Kapenda kuti magulu ago okumana ndi magulu age kuti mukambirana izintuzi, because I think you've been on this page for too long.
I think I've been on this page for too long. I had the access, but I didn't want to contact to avoid my allegations. Karamina kumabwera papa. Omanena kuna kuti hayi muntu amaimba mafoni nuku kapena muntu yakumufuna bewe, because I have never done that. And the question has always been kuna kuti simuna nkhwana kufoni sina mwimbireko hey kumufuna muntu anything. I have never done that, and I never want to actually. I've never even contacted, not even ochibale wake kapena nzake, in regards to this, apart from the time that I was telling you kuti zindizi zimene zikuchitikiramo. Do you think it's going to be okay? I have never done that, but I am being sold out there as an unstable person who is crazy, who wants his ex-boyfriend back.
At this moment, don't you think it's right to call Makolo?
I don't think so. I don't think so. I think it has already exceeded that part. It has already exceeded that part. Because this person is doing things calculatively. All right? Mm-hmm. Actually having a full-blown PR thing going on, having his friends lying to the public. Because each time you have to ask yourself a question, if he could lie about he bought his guitar at 7 million and Kubanga full-blown campaigns, what else did he lie about?
What kind of help are you looking for?
I need him to be held accountable for his actions, because that's the only way that I can get my sanity. And I need to invest for the lost business that I've had. Because all of these things have happened due to him. Me moving from one space to another, him threatening my shop, me losing my shop, my livelihood and every single thing like that. It has happened because of him. And I never came out. And I don't know who's watching, who's listening. Because in my head, I know that when the social media pages, Anabanga air out the story, maybe some certain people are going to intervene. Our human rights are going to intervene. I don't know what could you do. That's GVP are going to intervene. Just simple women are going to intervene, because if I was helped at that point of time, since I reached to this breaking point, I would have never. You'd have never seen my tears in public. One day, guys, on a daily basis. Guys, on a daily basis. Even go club, go bathroom, go club, after I am strong enough to stand on my own. I am strong enough to be sane again. I am strong enough to work again. I'm strong enough to operate. But right now, I can't work. I don't have a business. I have lost everything, even my sanity. Now every single page, every single person has an opinion on my life, and most of it is damaging. It's damning since from the beginning. And even women were celebrating. They were celebrating that, and I've actually had that narration. And these other friends of mine on this other group, they were saying, Blessings was okay before all of this drama. She was actually doing good for herself. All right, and they're always saying, "No, you, Mama, be strong. Mama, be strong. Mama, I need to be strong. I know that, but what's going to give me the strength? Because voice alone is not going to do that. Because we are trying to ensure nobody, my mental health is fine. You can tell me, nobody, be strong, blessings. Be strong, Benny. Be strong. You can just say that. Who is going to help me in the fact that I'm losing things and I need to eat again? I need to be free again. I don't need to have threats again. Who is going to help me with that space? Because I don't think moving from one space or to another is wise for me. I don't think living like this is okay, is normal. I want to have fun. I want to be okay. It took me time just to go in town, even to show my face, because I knew that story was everywhere. It took me time to start going clubbing again. It took me, I can't even go to my favorite space. All right? Because every single time I see a jazz man, every single time I see people that are actually in the music industry, it comes back to my head. And I want to be in the creative spaces, but I don't even go to those spaces, even if I want to, even if I need to. Because every little thing, something is triggered in my head.